Spawning down here in the bottom left from CT6 EU in orange. He is our Protoss player from Germany. It is Shinobu.
That's from Germany? That's
Yep.
cool. Alright, did you say Slayer is Australian?
I don't know, maybe.
Alright, I'm going to assume he is. And from the land down under, the yellow Zerg from... now I'm all confused because it says MGG. Look at me, I'm screwing up already. Oh, from Lucky13, the yellow Zerg, home race, hometown. I am Australian, and I am here to say Slayer is going to take it. All that is Slayer. Look at him, he's beautiful. Oh man, look at that. There's drones.
Right. You're insane.
I'm gonna overhype every Zerg this entire cast.
That's totally fine. Because well, actually, I'm a pretty big fan of Zerg. I would say Protoss is my least favorite race when I do play it. Zerg is just kind of interesting to me. I think just the mechanics of it intrigue me a little bit more. But that's about it.
The win rates. That's a really nice touch.
Right. Totally.
That's nice.
Update the maps.
I like it.
Apparently, I didn't update the maps on the splash screen either. That's cool.
Not the end of the world. Alright. So, this is a scout already over in Slayer's base. Gonna see a whole lot of nothing, though, until now. So.
Well, actually, he's still
But no,
he's going to walk away before he actually sees the pool, even. It's kind of normal, you know. That's okay, though. But this is going to be interesting. There is a probe on this side of the map, and Slayer's drone does see the fact that there is a forge all the way up, so he has to think about a possible cannon rush. He already has his pool on the way, but he is going to be annoyed quite a bit. Your pylon already coming down here. It's going to annoy him. He's going to have to deal with that. He doesn't want to let a bunch of cannons come up really early. Actually, did he cancel the pool or something? I swear it was further ahead than it is now.
And that's really one of the most annoying things as a Zerg player is getting your expo blocked. It doesn't totally wreck you. It's easy to fix. It's easy to come back from. But it's just annoying, and it puts you in a bad mood from the start. And, you know, that'll affect your game.
Possible. Always possible. Can do that. But Shinobi, he's not choosing to do a cannon rush. No real point in doing that. Actually, Slayer was also being a bit annoying with his drone over at Shinobu's base and denied that Nexus for just a couple of seconds. Just returning the favor, saying, hey, it's okay. Go ahead and deny my base, I'll deny yours too. But both players are just transitioning themselves into just a general macro game.
Yeah, and I really like the SimCity coming out from Shinobu. This is actually a build that I noticed for the first time at Battlegrounds this weekend. I can't remember who did it. I want to say Trap. I think it was Trap. The placement of the pylon at the natural ramp on Foxtrot being a little bit back so that you don't run the risk of losing power to your forge, your gateway, your cyber. It's a much better SimCity than I think the average pylon on both sides. It's cool to see him taking advantage of that.
Already intrigued about this probe that is over at the top left base here for Shinobu, whether that's going to be for something in relation to a proxy or if he's just going to be putting down just a pylon for warping in. But given that he is where he is, I'm expecting some sort of proxy tech to come down over here.
Yeah, and based on what's on the map right now, I would guess Starport, but if it was maybe hiding the Templar archives and the DTs, I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm going to put my money on Starport for that, just based on timings.
Yeah, it's possible. A Stargate inside your own base is probably a little bit more safe, I suppose. You don't necessarily need to hide a Stargate when it is, ZVP, or PVZ, I guess, technically. Just because it can get scattered and taken out a little bit easier. There's a little bit harder to actually fend off if you have as much as Zerglings over there that sees it. But, if it is going to be the Twilight Cancel into a DT or something like that.
But it isn't. It is also an exceptionally shorter rush distance if he gets Oracles. Especially to that potential third, the rocked off third. That's a very short distance for an Oracle.
Still nothing just yet. The probe is just kind of bouncing around there. It's going to be the Twilight Cancel, so
okay.
At the very least Blink, but I would kind of guess DTs.
Well, thank God I didn't put any money down on that.
Well, it's so difficult to call, especially at this at this level. Trying to predict is almost universally a poor decision. You kind of just let things happen. I think Slayer, he's trying to figure out what's going on. He's sitting in an Overlord now. It's going to be killed off by this Stalker here, but he's not going to see anything. He's going to see, well, nothing. He's going to see a little bit of Chrono on that base. He hasn't seen the gases at the natural to kind of think that this is okay. This is probably going to be DTs if you got 2 gases down at your natural and 2 gases in your main as well, but no Overlords even near this natural base of Shinobu, so he's not seeing anything, but actually no DT Shrine just yet, so maybe just +2? Like hiding the ability to go to +2? Okay, there's Blink.
Hiding the Blink, so that's interesting. Well, hiding the Blink tech, and with 2 more gateways going down in his main, it does look like he's just trying to hide a 4-gate.
Something aggressive at the very least. You can just go directly into +2 after this +1 finishes up and try and go for something like a 7-gate +2 Blink, kind of an old school build while hiding the Blink. And more gateways are coming down here, so he's definitely wanting to do something, but this kind of relies on actually having a 3rd base finished for the Zerg player. They're actually, the 3rd base is going to be coming down just now. There's already there's probably a good handful of roaches on the map right now, so he's not playing extremely greedy. He didn't get this 3rd base like 3 minutes ago or anything, so if he doesn't just go straight into drones for the next 3 minutes or so, he's got a good chance to hold this off. He just needs to figure out that it's coming.
Oh yeah, and especially with 3 more gates going down, that's going to bring the total to, I'm really bad at math, what, 9 gates? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 gates. There's 8 gates on the field right now, which is really heavy aggression, but like you said, it's a build that very much relies on your opponent being a little greedier, and with Slayer looking like he could be going for either a 9-minute, well, 9 is up, sorry, the 13-minute Roach Hydra or Roachling Bling. Those timings are going to line up actually pretty well for him to be able to defend this.
Overseer actually is going to catch out exactly where the pylon is coming down, so that's going to be a nice little victory. He can kind of put himself in position. There's not many units over here. There's a couple sentries, but if he just sends what units he has out right now, these roaches and all these lings, and also he knows it's coming now, so he can prepare for it. He's just going to straight make a lot of lings, 8 lings in production. Couple roaches, like another even Spinecaller coming up here in the natural base, so he knows he's getting attacked and he knows he needs to defend against this.
And especially with Shinobu deciding to go for the rocks instead, that gives Slayer a little extra time to get units, and it's going to allow him to get a really strong concave if he positions his units correctly. Toss definitely engages better when they're in choke positions, but
force fields coming down right now. That's a lot of force fields used already for really not too much work. He didn't trap any actual units. All the units for Slayer are still behind all these force fields. You're going to come into this now, and now all the force field energy is actually gone. Slayer's able to get on top of all of this army, but that is still a whole lot of Stalkers. And they do have Blink, so Shinobu with a good amount of might should be able to take out everything that Slayer actually has. 11 more roaches about to pop out here. Mothership Core does go down, but still so many Stalkers remain. Still up to 17.
Pulling the boys.
Drones pulling. That's not.
Oh, that's going to be a GG.
That is GG already. So 104 CT.